But enough about
We've
that.
got people on the chat going, "Mower bobbleheads, mower," and me
You can
going, "No, no
you can
more
never have enough.
bobbleheads."
You can never have enough bobbleheads. Excellent. So I'll quickly show you my ridiculous design, the one that we started last week, just to prove how crazy.
When I buy a ship in Elite Dangerous and there's a blooming bobblehead on, I'm winding the window down and I'm throwing the thing out into space and I'm winding the window back up again. Which just goes to show you how silly that statement is.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't forget to put your rem lock on before you wind the window down.
Rem locked? Damn, I knew I forgot something.
But, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Commander Locutus. The Star Trek episode with the ion drive was called Spock's Brain, where Spock had his brain stolen.
Ah, excellent, thank you. I could remember seeing it, could not remember in much detail about it.
Okay, Commander Locutus, question. Are Star Trek nerds Trekkies or Trekkers? I have my own opinion. I will give it in a minute. I will wait to see what Commander Locutus says.
I will hold mine back as well.
Crazy Christmas tree.
Yes, yes, it works. It absolutely works. It's ridiculous.
Stupid.
The great thing is, though, I mean, if I detach the next stage, it's the only thing holding the top of the cone together, so all 8 sections just blast off like a giant firework display. It's ridiculous. But it's all the magic of the Kerbal duct tape, which is the struts in between. These things are ridiculously strong. They seem to have an infinite tensile strength. They just do not break under any conditions. But then as soon as you detach any couplings, they instantly decouple. They're excellent. You can set up ridiculous things that would never physically work. It's great fun though.
Yeah, why hasn't NASA tried this?
Yeah, the damn pesky physics get in the way, that's the trouble.
Okay, Commander Locutus says officially they are called Trekkers, but I personally don't mind either term.
Oh,
right, my personal opinion is, when I first heard this term, it was Trekkies.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
And Trekkers are people who go walking up hills. No, honestly, they are honestly called trekkers when they go walking up hills and that with their walking sticks,
yep,
and backpacks and that. So to make the distinction between the two, the hill walkers are trekkers, and the Star Trek nerds are Trekkies.
Yeah, that's what I'd say as well.
That's my personal opinion.
Oh, Short has just noticed the rocket that we've just flown.
Yeah.
Which is insane. It's ridiculous.
It was my stupid idea that actually works.
It actually does work. It works so incredibly efficiently that the thrust that I've obtained now is enough to take me completely out of the gravity of Kerbin. In 18 hours from now I will escape it. And I should be completely gone. There we go, let's speed this up. Thankfully we can speed time up in this game, otherwise it would take forever. I just realised the 8 remaining segments are still travelling at roughly the same speed, so we're going a little bit faster than them, but they're still escaping the gravity as well, so they're going to fly off into the ether.
Talking about speeding up time is something I'm very interested to see in Elite Dangerous, because you won't have speeding up time. So I'm interested to see how it all works without any speeding up of time.
I think that's one thing that we're all kind of a bated breath sort of thing, isn't it? It's how is it going to change the way that we all play? But I think it's going to work okay. I mean, it was one of the things that I got used to it in Frontier because, I mean, like I've said many times before, I started playing Frontier Elite 2 before the original game, and I just kind of got used to the way that that worked, so it just didn't occur to me at all. But of course, when you look at something like being able to travel at relativistic speeds, beyond the speed of light and whatnot, then kind of speeding up time becomes immediately irrelevant, doesn't it? It doesn't matter that you know, it's going to take 5 minutes to get somewhere. If you're now traveling fast enough that, you know, it effectively takes 3 seconds to get there, sort of thing. So it's yeah, I don't think gameplay wise it's going to have much of an effect on it.
Yeah.
So let's get back on track. I completely forgot I was supposed to be showing you the docking port stuff, wasn't I?
Docking ports.
Docking ports. So what can we do really quickly to demonstrate them? Let's do. You've always got to have something, some kind of control module. Otherwise, effectively, whatever you make is a dead contraption. You can't do anything with it. So if we do something like this, and we get a nope, that's the big one. I always pick the larger control unit there. And let's do.
Commander Petrisks asks yet another question about Alpha.
Yeah, sure.
Any predictions about when we will get 3.0 and when Alpha actually ends?
I assume Alpha is probably going to end sometime in the middle of February. You know, I know that they've rigidly said the schedule is going to be Alpha Beta release in like Jan, Feb, March, wasn't it? That was always their kind of statement. Now, I think a couple of people have made the prediction that they could stretch that out, and you know, like beta could come, you know, middle of Feb, and then the release could come the end of March, and still technically they are, you know, hitting that target of March. Realistically, I wouldn't be as surprised to see it slip slightly. I know that no one wants to hear that, but you know, when it comes down to this, it's better for them to get it right than to rush it out the door. That's always the best way. And people are always eager to get these things, but it's just not worth it. It's just like, you know, sit back, relax, and just, you know, just try not to panic. You know, don't panic, as Douglas Adams would say. But yeah, it's. I think we all just need to just chill, and you know, it'll come. It'll come. It's being made.
We've waited nearly 20 years for this. What is a month or two?
Exactly. It's hardly anything. It's just, you know, give them time. So here's one I made earlier in wonderful Blue Peter style here. So what I can do is say I had this. I don't like the way these modules dock sometimes. There we go. Plonk that down there, and chuck a little docking port on here.
Commander Shorty says, "Can you make the biggest ship ever?"
I can have a go.
I think the biggest thing you could possibly want to make in Kerbal is a Death Star.
That is pretty big.
And I don't, from what I've gathered from watching Kerrash play, I don't think it's technically possible in Kerbal, because even if you could make it in the hangar, you simply couldn't stick a couple of engines underneath it to get it off the planet.
Exactly.
It would just fall apart.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, the gravity on different ends of it would pull it apart as you're trying to move it. So yeah, it won't work. Sorry. But, so let's see if did I leave. I'm gonna need the cheats on for this, because obviously this is something you would do in 0G conditions, but we can demo it anyway. So
Commander Petrisk asks, can you build ships in space? Now, I asked you this about the Death Star, putting the Death Star together in space, and you said you can.
Yes, it's possible in theory. Another one, I'm going to give another shout out to Scott Manley, because he's an awesome dude and he does some great series on there. But in his, I think maybe last or second from last video, Interstellar Flight, he actually built a ship to get to the Juna planet, and he did it entirely in orbit. He did about 4 or 5 different separate missions, took them up and docked them one by one to build this ship in space. It is technically possible, but it gets very, very difficult as you start scaling things up, because the docking ports are not particularly very strong, so they will start to kind of wobble about if you put a lot of pressure on these things. You have to kind of be careful accelerating and whatnot. But yes, it is absolutely possible. Even in this early stage of the game, you can still do that sort of thing. So here we go. I've got my two little sections here, so we're kind of emulating 0G. And what I can do is I've detached it, and I can coast back down ever so slowly, and I can reattach it. And they've got like a magnetic. Oh, there we go. Snap. They snap together very, very quickly with a magnetic couple on there. But yeah, so you can kind of build up these sections piece by piece. You can make really, really interesting ship designs.
Commander Shorty asks, "Can you make the Enterprise for me?" I think you said before someone's done that.
Yeah, not actually with stock parts in the game, but it's been made with a mod. Someone's put a mod into the game, and it does have a working warp drive, which is ridiculously fast. You can get to the planets in like 30 seconds or something. But yeah, it is actually in the game as a mod. I haven't installed any mods on this version of it, so I unfortunately I can't show you that. But yeah, one day I'll have to put it on for you guys and show you it. It's quite funny actually, and it's insanely large as well. It kind of starts just above the launch pad, and it's like bigger than the Kerbal Space Center. So it's insane, absolutely ridiculous.
So they built it 1:1 scale then?
Yeah, it's full size scale. There is actually several versions of the mod. I think there's a smaller scale one that you can play around with, but there is actually a 1:1 scale version of it, and it's like several hundred meters long. It's crazy.
I remember seeing a video on YouTube where someone had started building the next generation Enterprise in 1:1 scale.
Oh my word.
In Minecraft.
Yes, yeah, I think he's nearly done that now. Actually, I did see an update on it where I think he asked people to come and help him do it, and he opened up the server and let people join in and do it. And they put some crazy detail, all of the warp missiles and everything. They put all sorts of crazy detail in it. Really, really cool though. I must admit, it takes a lot of time and effort and patience to do that sort of thing.
And then I've seen on YouTube video where someone else built Middle Earth, I think it was.
Yeah, I think someone's done some of that. There was another project to completely rebuild the World of Warcraft map, which I think I looked at it, and the download itself was somewhere in the region of like several gigabytes, and I was like, yeah, I'm not that eager to give it a go, thank you. You know, if someone's running it on a server, I'll dial in and have a look, but that's crazy.
I'm scared to start getting into games like Kerbal Space Program and Minecraft, because it's just going to consume so much of my time, and I'm just waiting for the beta for Elite Dangerous. I don't want to be getting into, say, Minecraft, and then the beta for Elite Dangerous comes along, and I'm like, oh, I haven't finished with Minecraft.
I know this is kind of my problem, because I mean, last year obviously the Kickstarter for Elite kicked in. It started off, and I kind of went on a Kickstarter binge, I must admit. There was quite a few other projects I was quite interested in at the time. Lots of little indie ones. I'm watching Castle Story. Hearthstone was another one that Short is very interested in as well. And oh crap! I saved this way too close to the thingy. Yeah, so I kind of backed a load more than I really could have afforded to. But hey, you know, and the problem is I'm going to want to play them all, and of course I forgot Carmageddon. Yes, how could I forget Carmageddon? I spent way too much money on Carmageddon. But in case anyone doesn't know, Carmageddon is being re-released. They're rebooting the series, which is going to be immense fun. Can't wait for that. So I'll try and recover this incredibly bad approach to the moon here, so I need to bleed off all my speed. Hopefully I'm still just within the edge of this crater. We're going to try and land before we hit the edge of the crater wall here.
I need to go AFK a moment, Kerrash. I will mute my mic.
Okay, no problemo.
Back in a minute.
No problemo. I'm going to try and catch up on some of the chat things I missed on there. Petrus, there, you're saying about the, I think there's an EverQuest Next you mentioned there. Yeah, I've been trying to follow that a little bit, because mainly from a sad, geeky, technical perspective, because I've been following the blog of the guy who built the engine tech behind it, and I think he's doing a great job with that. Actually, just one dude on his own has set up this thing. I think he calls it Voxel Farm, and it's if anyone's interested, it's proc world, as in procedural world.blogspot.com, and he's doing some great stuff with procedural content generation. Fantastic, like you say, much like Minecraft, but very, very, very high detailed. You know, you can do tiny, tiny little, you know, cubes, right? You know, right down very, very small, and there's, you know, whole trees and things like that procedurally generated and everything, and it all looks really, really cool, I must admit. So I, you know, give anyone that link if I can later on. Whoa! There we go. Like a boss. That's how you're supposed to land. Although I am a little close to that fuel tank, which is worrying, and it's going to roll into me. But here, there we go. And we haven't got a ladder. That's the common problem with Kerbal, is you never get the ladder, do you? Oh dear. Stone hearth. Hearthstone. Sorry. Yes, that's correct, Commander. I just realised I left gravity hacked. That was silly of me. Let me shut down my engine. Right, I'm going to fly off. There we go. Yes.
And I'm back.
Hi, alien. Hi there. Yeah. Shorty corrected me on there. So, Ken Payton, what, you've been on Eve since 2005. So yes, it does take a heck of a lot of time. I understand you fully there. So we landed. We managed to land. So let's go EVA.
Yeah, full respect to Commander Ken Payton, who's managed to tolerate being on Eve since 2005.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I've heard nothing but bad things about Eve.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried it. I really wanted to like it, but it just never appealed to me, because I mean, you didn't have that direct interaction, much like we're going to see in Elite, you know, that kind of like, you are the pilot, you are first person, you know, you are doing the combat. I much prefer that style of gameplay. Elite, Eve for me was always too kind of hands off, and do you know what I mean? It was kind of, it was more like a strategy game in effect, you know. That's.
Sorry to interrupt you, Kerrash. You've just put the splash screen up.
Yes, KSP just decided to crash in my face, so if it's not me crashing, it's the game crashing, you know. That's the way we roll
or
around
it's
here.
Twitch crashing.
No, or Twitch crashing. Everything crashes around here, so I'm just reloading it now quickly. Same
Commander Shorty asks, can you do a stream of Minecraft?
Oh, I could do. It's up to you guys.
The thing is, though, there's so many people who've put Minecraft on YouTube. It's been done to death.
Yeah, there is so much Minecraft, so much. But yeah, I mean, I can certainly do stuff. We can do some. Listen, oh my God, I apologise. I forgot your name, but there was someone who did actually log in and said they were going to do a Sidewinder in Minecraft 1-to-1 scale. Actually, maybe we can do that as long as it's a crossover with Elite. I don't mind. We can do some Minecraft with a crossover idea.
Goodbye, Commander Rydgar.
Oh, bye.
He's lost computer privileges again.
Oh, the kids, yes. This is the problem, isn't it?
Well, it's not my problem. I don't know about anyone else.
I understand the pain. I know how that is. Just when you're trying to get things sorted, they've got to come in and pain in the bum.
So, Sidewinder in Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do something like that. I think it'd be good fun. I mean, not
No,
just...
you were saying someone else was trying to do it.
Yeah, I apologise. I completely forgot.
Oh, we now have 2 votes for you playing Minecraft.
We could definitely do some Elite Dangerous theme stuff. Maybe we could do the Elite Dangerous logo, and then I can take a picture of it from more of it. You know, because these crossover things, it's great marketing. You know what I mean? You know, there's all these.
Yeah.
You know, people. It's crazy. People will look at all sorts of things on Minecraft, so we could use that as an excuse to kind of cross-advertise Elite Dangerous. Why not?
I've been watching Maxwell Screen Reality Games' YouTube channel, and he's
Oh yeah.
been doing some Minecraft episodes with him and a few friends.
Oh, cool.
And one of them made a slide, a water slide. Yeah, and it's like you can actually make a water slide.
Oh yeah, you can do some
It's
crazy
very
things.
simple. It's just a series of steps, and then you get the water you put at the top, and it just carries on streaming down the steps.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
make a little boat, and you get in the boat at the top of the slide, slide right the way down the slide into, and it's like that is so funny.
That's what I love about Minecraft is that creativity. The crazy things you can do. It's, yeah. It's, oh dear, dear, dear. I imagine you've seen what I've done now.
Yeah, yeah. You've still got the lander section, so which is rolling across the terrain at the minute.
That's
So technically, you could possibly get it to stand up.
yeah. I'm gonna try. I'm trying. I'm still trying. I said, oh, what am I doing actually? But
Do
oh
all
no,
four
no.
legs retract at the same time, or can you like retract two of the legs?
No, you can actually. Yeah, you can do them independently. That was one of the things I was going to show. Actually, I've forgotten to show it. But when you build the craft up, you can actually set up hotkeys on the 1 to 0 buttons, which allow you to do all sorts of things like. You could have like the 0 button as an abort key, which would, launch the module off the top and do the parachute. So if a launch is failing, you can have that on a hotkey there, which is really really handy when you make bigger, more complicated ships later on. But, ooh, there we go. We're just getting to nudge it. Come on, it's 1/6 of its weight now. You can do it. Ooh.
Commander Petrisk asks, can we get Cobra Sidewinder backside damage? I saw that in a peek that the ship which is further in the screen looks like his backside is chewed. Didn't know that it was already in the alpha. I'm still waiting for advanced damage models for ships.
I don't think the models are in there in alpha. I think there's a couple of pre-drawn, pieces of art in there, but no, I don't think there are, specific damage models. Not like what they've said they want to do and what we've seen in some of the early videos. They're all kind of like rough estimates sort of thing at the moment. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can. Come on, we got it. If I can wedge him under here, and come on. No, this thing is really heavy. It's just not going to work, is it? Damn you.
Here's an idea for you to make your module self-writing. You're saying about being able to assign the keys to the different struts. What if you put some struts up the top end
Yeah.
and turned them 90 degrees? So instead of pointing down, they're pointing sideways,
Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
sort of thing. So as you're rolling, as your module's rolling around, when it eventually stops, you activate whichever strut it is, a couple of struts, and you'll self-write effectively.
Yep, that is completely doable. I think I've seen someone do something similar to that. It is definitely possible to do that. It's worth a shot, actually. It'd be handy for all the future missions when this sort of thing happens. I'm gonna try and spin it around. Come on. We can get it to tip over. Come on, this is not how NASA does it. Ah, and I've just bust the flag off. Didn't think you could do that. Apparently you can. Damn you, I refuse to give in. I refuse to give in. You've got to be able to do it.
Just seeing you knock the flag over.
Boom, boom. Yeah, that didn't work. Never mind. Reload. See, unlike NASA, we have a quick save option. Ah, here we go. I actually saved it in a reasonable position so that I can do something more.
Oh.
Never mind. It always goes well for me, doesn't it? Let's see what it is. See, the ironiness of this is as soon as I turn the recording off and play this offline, I actually do reasonably well. That's the irony of it. The points I got on here the other day. I mean, you've seen the tech tree I showed you last week. I'll bring it up briefly again in a second. But the tech tree on there, I played entirely through without getting a single piece on the tech tree, the lowest level of tech, and I managed to get 160 points of science just by doing small test missions, going to the different areas of Kerbin, and I did it all great. I was, carefully landing, carefully taking off, everything was working fine. As soon as I get on here and start trying to demonstrate things, I cock it up. That's how we roll. Like just then.
Commander Shorty says, I think you should dress up next time you stream. Now you got the camera.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Well, I've said suggestions for what Kerrash should wear, e.g. hats.
Hats, I suppose. Hats we can manage. Anything beyond that, it's not likely to be happening, I'm afraid. I can definitely wear the Rift. That's doable. So where are we looking at the moment? So we're looking. It's probably going to be another 2 weeks before we do actually have anything solid, isn't it? They did say the 31st for the next update, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was the 31st.
The thing with you wearing the Rift with the webcam is you'll look like Daft Punk. With the space helmets.
I'll look like a Daft Punk. Yeah, that's right.
No. I meant Daft Punk, the musical, with their space helmets. You'll kind of look like a cheap version of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is ridiculous. I did take it to the office today because I'd mentioned it to a few people and they were interested to see it. So I took it to the office and yeah, I did look like an idiot trying to put it on.
Commander Shorty wants you to wear a dwarf beard. Commander Petrus wants you to wear World War I fighter goggles.
I can paint some on the front of my my Rift. That'd be cool.
World War I fighter goggle helmet should be doable, surely.
Yeah, definitely. I still think. I managed to find this website. They sell these ridiculously large googly eyes. And I've seen some other people have got them. I want to get a pair to stick on the front of the Rift. I think that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
So just a pair of eyes staring at you, and I'm rifting away there. I think that'd be great. I think I'm going to order some actually.
Oh, I can't stop laughing. I'm just thinking about it.
I think that'd be great. I think that's suit perfectly.
Next time you bring the Rift to something like LaveCon or Elite Meet, make sure it has the googly eyes.
I've got to. That would be so cool.
Oh, it'd be so funny.
Definitely got to do that. I think that'd be great fun. And do we know when the next event is? I mean, is the next event going to be the launch parties? Do you reckon? I think that's probably.
Well, Commander. I keep saying Commander, but I just go by the forum names. Cupid Stunt. Has mentioned organising a meetup somewhere.
Cool.
But that's not even as big as Elite Meet turned out to be. It's just a meet-up in a pub, which is what I originally just wanted Elite Meet to be, was just meet up and have a few drinks.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
And then Elite Meet blossomed into this biggish event, like a mini LaveCon.
Yeah, that's how these things start.
Although Cupid Stunt has mentioned this, he hasn't followed it up at all.
Yeah, that is the problem, isn't it?
He said he'll let me know, but that's it as far as I've heard.
Oh, okay.
So other than that, the next meetup is LaveCon sometime around June, July, as far as I know.
So we're probably going to have the launch parties before then, aren't we? So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there'll be the launch parties if they're on time. If the launch is on time, that is. So there'll be the launch parties. If they're on time, will be around March. Then it'll be LaveCon sometime around June, July, and then if Darren and I get round to organising it, it'll be Elite Meet November-ish.
Excellent. Wow, cool. There's plenty of stuff to look forward to, at least. Shorty wants to kind of say. I tried to get Shorty to come to the first LaveCon, but unfortunately it was too late notice really, and I did manage.
Are
to
you
get
going to the official party, or did you not
No,
give that?
no. There's no way I could have afforded that amount. It was crazy, wasn't it? Something like £750 for that
It
level.
was 750. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I could afford that. But no, I've sent a few messages to John Stabler, and I think he's arranging something in Cardiff, which is close enough for me. I think I can do that one. So I will be taking a carload. I think Commander Alpharats wants to come to that one.
I will be going to the one in Cardiff.
Oh, cool, excellent. Yeah, it'd be great to get everyone together again. See, the trouble is with that though is with
I'm happy to go to the one in Cambridge if someone wants me as their +1.
yeah.
Can't
Ditto.
imagine why anyone would be desperate enough for me to have as +1, but
Hey,
I
no,
will,
no,
I will happily go.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
definitely.
David might regret it because I'll be like, "Oh my God, it's David Braben!" Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of us would be the same actually. But no. If there's
I'm
someone,
not really that bad.
no, if there's someone who wants me to be their +1, then thumbs up for that. That'd be great.
Just to make the record clear, I am not paying to be a +1. All right, let's just get that out in the open.
Yeah, I think if we could have afforded that in the first place, then we would have gone for that level. I think. But,
Commander Shorty says, "Can you take me? Me moped can't go that far."
yes, I'll take you to the next event. And I've waited too long to decelerate, haven't I? Because I've been chopsing away. Boom. I am never going to be able to achieve this. I can't believe this. This is such a ridiculous.
Commander Petrisk says it seems they will try to do the full retail release at around the end of the year, around Elite anniversary time. Yes, I got a sneaky feeling that's what's going to happen.
Well, they hold it off until September, maybe.
The full retail release, the official retail release.
Oh right, okay.
It just seems like too much like Destiny, if you know.
Well, of course they said. I mean, David? What did he call it? It was gamma phase or something. He called this. So after beta,
Yeah.
they're thinking about having this like perpetual modification stage, where they're going to keep adding things to it. So yeah, I mean,
But
maybe
at some point they're going to have an official retail release at some point,
Yeah.
and I just think that's going to be around September time.
Yeah, I mean that would allow them to. I mean, what was it in the Kickstarter? They've promised a Mac version, and if they haven't officially said anything about the console versions yet, have they?
No.
No. So I mean, yeah, I mean it's entirely possible they could wait until later, and then yeah, and then release everything on all platforms as a final release. Then maybe, it's certainly possible. Gotta chase this marker. Concentration kicking in now because I realised I've done this 10 times and screwed it up every single time.
See, this is why the government doesn't want you talking on your mobile phone and driving.
Or flying a spacecraft.
Distract you. Or flying spacecraft and talking.
Yeah, it's terrible. You just, all that wasted taxpayer money. Come on, there we go. There we go. Cool, right. So, where are we? And I'm landing on the dark side. On the dark side. It's gonna be fun. I cannot see a thing. This is another one of these things about Kerbal actually is sometimes having something as simple as having some lamps on the outside of your ship can make the world of difference.
Yeah.
And again, I don't have the actual. Oh, there we go. I couldn't see a thing, and I just epically failed on another attempt there. Yeah, just having a couple of lamps on there can make all the difference, because you can see what the hell you're doing for a start. So it's definitely a very, very detailed simulation, I'll give them that. Okay, let's...
I don't know if it's represented in Kerbal Space Program, but on the dark side of the moon, it's ridiculously cold. I can't remember how cold it actually is, but it's ridiculously cold, as far as I remember.
Well, they don't really... I mean, this isn't a model of the solar system, so to speak. You know, it is kind of like a mock-up version, so it isn't a real version of the moon. All the craters are all different, and it's all procedurally generated. But yeah, you can actually take a temperature sensor on your spacecraft, and you know, take readings, and it is in negative values when you go to somewhere like that. So yeah, the you know, the star effectively has, you know, the proper amount of heating and cooling and everything going on that you'd expect to see. So when you're in direct sunlight, it's really, really hot, and when you're stuck on the dark side of a planet or something, it is very, very, very cold. So yeah, they do actually take the simulation into effect, even if it's not an accurate model of the solar system. Where are we? There we are. I will land on this bloody thing one way or another. Right. Spin this around. Come on. Ah, you beauty, go on. So that's going to be one of the interesting things about the various planet forms and stuff in Elite Dangerous, actually, is you know, what sort of effect having those different conditions on each planet is going to be. I mean, we've already seen like the cockpits icing up and things like that. What sort of you know, things are we going to see, you know, landing on these different planets? Are you going to have the cockpits filling up with, you know, like getting covered in ash from volcanic outbursts on the surface of a planet and things like that, and getting so hot that you have to be more careful about overheating your ship when you land on a volcanic planet and things like that?
Yeah.
You know,
Or if you fly through acidic atmosphere, you could have the spots forming on your windshield where it cracks and blows your ship up.
Yeah, start to eat away at the hull. So you've got to get in, get out, and mine those resources, and get the heck out of there. Yeah, definitely some interesting scenarios that could become up. They can add into the game, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm not all that worried about the planetary landings coming at a later date, because I want to see all these interesting sort of things come out of that. So.
Yeah, I thought that was amusing on the forum. Someone started a thread called Planetary Landings, and they were saying how they wanted the planetary landings in the initial release, and pretty much every response to that was no.
Yeah, it's like, what? Yeah.
It was like, no, Frontier have said they don't want to do it in the initial release because they don't want to rush it, they want to do it right, and they want it to be excellent.
Yeah.
And it was like every single response was just repeating that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to the person who started that, but that was just funny to see.
Yeah, yeah, and it's absolutely right. I mean, we don't want, you know, everyone's saying they want more info and they want the game to come out sooner, but then everyone's saying they want more in the game. You can't have it all. You can't have everything and get it sooner. It's just not going to work like that. You know, we're gonna have to wait.
Stig, run!
Yay, Commander Stig! How are you doing? It's seems so long since we've seen you.
So I just realised I interrupted you there.
No, that's fine.
Stig, run!
Yeah. That's a worthwhile interruption.
Okay.
So we haven't landed in the polar crater, but I am so sick of trying that now.
Oh, Commander Stigron's correcting me. He says there is no dark side of the moon. Both sides of the moon get sunlight, but because the moon is tidally locked, we only see one side per se.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, it just spins around. We just assume it looks like that. Stupid humans. Where is my shadow? There's my shadow. Oh, I didn't wait long enough for the suicide burn. Boom! There goes the other bit.
Commander Kempayton is asking, with procedural generation, is there going to be persistence when someone has found something? Well, the thing is, from what I have gathered, it depends whether you're online or offline. If you're playing the offline version, as in you download the game or you buy it and you install it and you start playing it and you never once connect to the online servers, then the persistent universe will only be what you've changed in the game.
Yes, yes. That's
If you have the online part of it, either where you're playing solo player online or you're playing the multiplayer online, when someone say finds a new solar system, a new system, and they've explored it and they've took that data back and registered it, then yes, that change will affect everyone.
Yes.
That's how I understand it.
Yeah, yeah, and I know there was a lot of confusion early on in that because it was a really odd idea because no one's done anything similar to what they're proposing with it. But yeah, I kind of got that same impression as well, that it's oh, I've lost the flag. I captured the flag. Yeah, you got this kind of your local persistent model, and then you've got the server-driven model as well. So it's I think it's going to be really fun. Actually, I kind of imagine myself not playing it multiplayer at all because I wasn't really interested in that. But this whole idea of being able to have a impact on the universe that everyone else is seeing, I think that's going to be really fun, and I wouldn't mind giving it a try myself. Oh dear, I'm really stuffing this up now. Oh, Mr. Jebediah.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you
Brilliant.
pronounce it. Of course, yeah.
Jebediah,
I was thinking like some African
You're
name
famous. You're on the stream right now. Jebediah is flying the ship right now.
Mr.
Nice to see you
Jebediah.
aboard on there. So as you're new, we don't normally play Kerbal on here, but we normally waffle on about a brand new space game which is coming out soon, which we all know a lot about, know and love. But yes, we're playing a bit of Kerbal to fill the time in between updates. Nice to have someone else aboard, though. Thank you. So I think I'm going to have to wait until we're in a slightly better position to conserve fuel, I think. I don't know whether we're going to get back from here. Let's wait for this to rotate around. I love the way you can see Kerbin over on the horizon there. It's excellent.
Mr. Jebediah is asking, what games do you play? Possibly he's asking, what games do you play on Twitch? Do you play SC2 Heart of the Swarm? I don't know what Heart of the SC. Let me say that again. StarCraft.
Yeah,
right,
StarCraft
okay.
on there. No, I don't play. Mainly, we've been playing Elite Dangerous. Yay! Because I've got
Alpha of Elite
the Alpha
Dangerous.
access. Yeah, because I've got Alpha access, and not to mention that. Oculus Rift, yes, I have an Oculus Rift dev kit, so we've been playing on the Elite Dangerous Alpha with the Rift dev kit, which is great fun because I'm one of the lucky ones who has access to the game, even though it hasn't been released yet. So of course this is tidally locked, which means I'm permanently going to be in a crappy position, aren't I? Let's get myself back up to orbit, and then we can figure out what the heck I'm going to do. Try and get myself into a good position. Oh, there we go, right.
Drop Bear is saying, seeing you in the video is going to take some getting used to.
Better still, seeing me with the rift on my head staring around like a gormless idiot is gonna be even funnier. So as a sneak preview, I'll gotta get it out.
Put googly eyes on it.
I need the googly eyes on it. Yeah, the googly eyes would be great. So you've got to do it with the mouth open. It's you know, it's not VR unless you kind of staring at the amazing
Oh.
video. Yeah, just like the aliens out of Toy Story, exactly. Ooh, the claw. Excellent.
I'm going to have to watch those 3 Toy Story films now, just for the bits where the 3-eyed aliens, just so I know what they say. I mean, I can do the voice. Oh, the claw. It's just, what do they actually say in the films?
The claw chooses who will stay and who will go.
Oh, you
brilliant.
are our saviour.
Oh, Stigrin keeps wanting me to play Slenderman or Alone in the Rift. It freaks me out.
I've been playing a weird little game called Little Inferno.
Oh, right. I'm not familiar with that one.
You have a fireplace.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
you burn things in the fireplace. And
Right.
then you have a number of shopping catalogues. You start off with one catalogue and then you get the other catalogues as you go along. And you buy things in the catalogue because what you burn in the fireplace generates coins.
Oh, right.
So spend the coins in the shopping catalogue to buy things that generate more coins.
So it's like one of those cookie clicker type things, is it?
Sort of.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not an endless thing like Cookie Clicker.
Mm.
It does have an ending.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
You can complete it from start to finish in about 5 hours.
Okay, fair enough. I'll
But
have to look for that.
the things you buy are weird, and then when you burn them, it's weird. And that's all. I'm not going to spoil the game for anyone. That it's just very weird.
I did play. Sorry, I'll.
No, go on. You did play.
I played a rather odd game last night. I haven't streamed it yet, but it's a great little game, and I'm really into all the indie games coming back at the moment. I think it's you know, it's a great thing to see all these indie games coming out. And I played this great game called Cat Lateral Damage, and it's as barmy as it sounds. You essentially you are a cat. In first person, and the left mouse controls the left and right paws, and the entire aim of the game is in 2 minutes you have to get as many objects as you can on the floor. So you're just constantly going around batting everything on the floor and jumping from wall to wall. It's just completely insane, but yeah, great game. I can't remember the URL for it, I'm sorry, but yeah, definitely if you Google it, Cat Lateral Damage, and there's a website, you can play it directly on the website. It's great fun. So let's get ourselves deorbited, and then that's only going to take 12 seconds of fuel. We can do that. We won't have to do the get out and push maneuver, which does actually work. I think I did I show that one in one of the earlier streams, didn't I, Alien?
I can't remember.
There was because
Might have done.
Yeah, because the little guys in their EVA suits, they've got small jetpacks. You can actually get out and use your jetpack thrust to push the ship slowly. It takes a heck of a long time, but it does work. Come on, let's get ourselves into deorbit position on there. Oh my god, the chat is spinning past on the side of the screen now. I'm afraid I'm struggling to keep up with the chat again now. Come on. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can actually get back to Kerbin and recover some of these science points. Oh, I didn't actually do a crew report from the surface of the moon. What an idiot. I could have got more points from doing a crew report down on the surface. Damn it. Completely forgot. Never mind. 10-second burn. Come on. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. There we go. We got plenty of fuel to slow ourselves down. Excellent. I think we can actually do this for once. If I have enough fuel to slow myself down into get my periaps back down into the atmosphere, then I should be happy. There we go. Right. Oh, we're just okay. I'm gonna do it anyway. We're slightly. Yeah, we're nearly 10 million meters away from the apoaps. Not the best time to start thrusting, but I need to try and get that periaps down, so let's do that anyway. Hopefully we've got enough fuel. 46 units of fuel. Come on, come on, we can get this down. Come on, come on, come on. 36 units, 100. Yes! Perfect. Bit of a shallow descent there, but we're gonna do it. Excellent. Finally, yay! It actually worked on there. So I don't know about you, but my Twitch chat keeps telling me it's crashing, but there we go. Ah, dear.
Drop Bear Antics wants to see Kerrash play CGA Elite. 4 colours for the win. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, we'll have to do something like that one time. We'll play a retro episode. I think right on the day before the release of Elite Dangerous, it'd be nice to just kind of like in 10-minute slots play each version of the game. Like I'll get all the emulators working, I'll play each version of the game, and then on the midnight or whatever when it launches, we fire up the real game. I think that would be great.
If you're going to do retro versions of things, or I'm just going to say one word, Pokemon.
Okay, okay.
I can help you get Pokemon working on PC so you can stream it.
Is that well? I think I've got it.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it, but not the latest game. I haven't managed to get the latest game working on PC.
Is that 3DS, that one?
Yeah.
Is there actually a working 3DS emulator? I mean, I thought they hadn't actually done that yet because of the.
You can get the emulators and the ROMs,
right?
But it's not exactly legal.
Well, I was following a guy's blog. I mean, I'm not interested in the whole piracy thing. I mean, I'm a software dev myself, so I understand the pain that piracy causes for the people making these things. So I don't care about that. I'm more interested in the modding and hardware hacking sort of community and stuff like that. I was following this one guy. He's got a really interesting blog where he was trying to reverse engineer the 3DS entirely for the purpose of emulation and whatnot, so he can maintain his library. And he was doing a great work with it. Actually, he physically built a piece of hardware for scanning the memory bus and things like that. And he had all these little wires coming off the back and everything. He hand soldered all these elements on it. There's some great work that he'd done on it. I wish I could remember the name of the site because I can't even find it for myself now, which is frustrating. Oh, look at that atmospheric re-entry. ASCIIsector.net that's suggested there from Dropbear. Was that the 2D top-down version of the game, which I think it was done for one of the Ludum Dare events, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It rings a bell.
I've been concentrating on the chat. I'm
sorry. Yeah.
Zoned out of what you've actually been saying. Sorry.
No, that's fine. No, I was just thinking one of the things that was in the chat there. It reminded me.
Oh, pretty colours.
I do love. Yeah, I love the re-entry effects. They look brilliant. I don't know where we're going to land. It's on the dark side. See, I hate this. See, there is a couple of mods actually that I'm thinking of installing. There's one that adds cloud cover to the planet, so it looks a bit more interesting. But there's another one. Actually, it might be the same one, but it adds like nights on the light time side of the planet, so you can actually see a bit more of the detail in there. Some great mods that come out for the game yet, but I'm kind of with any game, I'm kind of begrudged to install mods on a game until I've kind of exhausted all options with the stock version of the game. Do you know what I mean? As
yeah.
I just I don't want to kind of spoil the experience until I've done everything on it. I've always done that in a lot of games. It was, I never really bothered downloading any maps or anything for Quake until I'd finished playing all the levels. You know what I mean?
Stigron's adding something to your list of retro games to play. School Days.
Oh, School Days. Yeah, I know we spoke about that before. I love that game. I haven't played it in ages. I'm gonna have to go back. Wasn't it Class of '99? I think was the remake he suggested last time. I will have to go and get that because that sounds really really cool. I do like all the old retro games. So I'm very much into all the indie retro games and whatnot, and that sort of thing like that. I'd much prefer those sort of games compared to the big budget titles you see out these days. And all these big publishers, they got more than enough money. They don't need any more of my money. Yes, check that out. So for that mission, one shot to the moon and get all that science. We've got 221.2 science points. That is loads of science points. Let's see what we can buy on the tech tree. So I did say actually I was going to show the tech tree on there. So yeah, I did do a mission from scratch on the first level here. Didn't even get the second rocketry parts, but I managed to get 162 points of science just on that level, simply by going to different areas of the surface of the planet and getting that. So it is possible.
Commander Shorty's saying theme hospital.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, that's her favourite. That's why she's saying that. Yeah, she's. I think that's still broken on her computer. It's another one of these things I'm supposed to go and fix on her computer for her. But yeah, it's she loves that one.
Commander Shorty saying that has just prompted me to suggest Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. You should do Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
Yes, that is a good idea. Should do something like that actually.
Especially show what happens when you build a chimp enclosure. You put the chimp house in, you put the chimps in, you put lots of toys in for the chimps to play with, and you set it and a keeper, and the keeper generates automatically if I remember rightly, and then you set it going, and the chimps are lovely and happy and throwing tires and everything around, and then you put a lion in, and it is so funny, and it also shows how much thought Frontier put into their games, because what happens with the chimp enclosure when you put a lion in is the chimps run into the chimp house.
Get the
which
heck
is
out
clever.
the way. Yeah, yeah.
It's clever. So then you go, well, what happens if I remove the chimp house? So you remove the chimp house. And of course the chimps then have got nowhere to hide, have they? So the lion eats all the chimps one by one. It's just so funny. To me, it just demonstrates how much thought goes in. Because I would have loved to have been in the development meeting when that came up.
It's like, what should we do with this? So they're working out the So you can imagine there's like a state machine diagram on the thing, and they're doing for these things, and it's like, but what if? And every single random thing comes up in that conversation. I would love to have heard that conversation. And I've been hilarious. There we go. Ah, damn. See, unfortunately, I don't have enough science points to get the buggy components. That would have been really funny if we could have made a buggy.
And then I mentioned this about what I would love to have been in that development meeting for Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I mentioned this on the forum, and Michael posted, try setting the line loose amongst the people. So I did. And all that happens is the people run at one end and the line just wanders round in a circle doing nothing.
Brilliant.
Maybe I did something wrong, but that's what happened when I tried it.
Excellent. Oh dear. But like you said, it's great to see all these like crazy things that you can get away doing. Brilliant. Let's make. I'm gonna attempt. And attempt is the appropriate word here, because every time I've tried to do this in the past, it's failed. I'm going to attempt to make a space plane, and this is in career mode as well. So, oh my.
That's what the back of the hangar looks like.
yeah, you can spin around thing.
Does all the markings on the floor actually serve any purpose?
I don't think so. I think it's just a nice technical, layout sort of thing. It kind of looks like where they kind of lay out the wings or something, but no, I don't think it serves any purpose on there. But it's nice detail. I mean, they in the last update or two, they recently redid all of these backgrounds, did a really good job of updating them all, and fair play to them. They did a good job of that. Liquid fuel, liquid fuel. Can we put that?
Catching up on the chat for you. Drop Bear Antics says, with all this talk about retro games, Kerrash should start a game group on Twitch called Midlife Crisis Gamers.
Excellent, yes.
Stickron says, how about Memories of a Broken Dimension? I've never heard of that game, sorry.
No, I must admit, no, that is a new one on me. Be interested. Well, you can.
Unless Stigron's suggesting the name for the game group. I don't know what Stigron's referring to. I'm sure he'll tell us in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, if there is something like that, I mean, you know, just post me a link and we can set that up for a future stream, definitely.